How are you today, Tariq? I'm living the dream. I'm living the dream. People are always typically pretty curious to know why I say that. And so I'm going to give you the answers today. Woo! Welcome back. Welcome one. Welcome all to your place for everything empowerment. I am your host, Tariq Williams, and not only I am Vision of Hope, but we are Vision of Hope. And so let's get right into it. But first and foremost, how are you doing today? How are you doing today? Happy Sunday. We're doing this again on a Sunday. This is your opportunity to unwind if you're listening on a Sunday. I mean, you can unwind whenever you want. I don't make the rules. There's no rules to when you choose to unwind, but we're doing this thing where we come out on Sundays. We're going to see how it goes and see how it connects. So if you're listening on Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, YouTube, wherever you're at, wherever you may be listening, first off, thank you. Second off, get the free guide how to win every day. Tariq, why are you talking about this now in the beginning of every episode? Because I want you to win. What are you talking about? I want you to win. See, it's that simple, really. It's that simple. Because who would I be? What kind of podcast host, what kind of mindset coach would I be if I didn't want you to win every day? Therefore, get the free guide how to win every day. Check it out. What it looks like to take the next steps. Link in the descriptions, link everywhere. And while you're at it, 5 stars, like, subscribe. You know what we do here. Follow the journey, follow the empowerment. You know what it is. Welcome to the Speak Your Vision podcast. Now, here we go. So, here's something that I say quite often. I tell people, how often. Now, to be clear, this isn't the, hey, Tariq, what are you doing today? We know the answer to that one. My best. My best is what I'm doing today. But switch that up a little bit. Tariq, how are you today? I'm living a dream. How are you today, Tariq? I'm living the dream. I'm living the dream. People are always typically pretty curious to know why I say that. And so I'm going to give you the answers today. I was actually running a session, and one of my clients were like, Tariq, why do you always say you're living a dream? So I threw everything out that I was about to do in that session, and we had that conversation. Why do you think I'm saying it? Well, I can't talk to you through the screen, so we're going to have a conversation with myself here on the podcast, and we're going to go through it today. Living the dream. But before I get into that, see, living the dream for me, actually, let's just get right into it. So I did some research. Research. I did some research. All right. I don't always do research for these because, in my opinion, I talk about things that I know. I'm not going to come up here and talk to you all about something that I don't know anything about, right? If I don't know anything about it, then guess what? Is this thing on? If I don't know anything about it, I'm not going to talk about it. All right. So if I feel the need to do research about a particular topic, I mean, granted, there's a place for research. Don't get me wrong. And I did some research today. You'll see why in a moment. But there's a place for research for sure. But if I feel like I can't talk to you all about something, I'm not going to talk about it. That's not genuine. That's inauthentic. That's not me. Who am I going to be? Me. Let's get it. So, living the dream. I did research. The phrase living the dream came from Henry David Thoreau. Henry David Thoreau, philosopher, poet, author, known for his book Walden and Civil Disobedience. He coined the phrase living the dream. And it is believed to be stated that the reasoning for the phrase living the dream is ultimately living a life where you can follow your dreams and get to those goals and accomplishments, etc. Okay, cool. That's fine. Um that's cool. That's fine. That's empowering. And I think that's cool. Now, with that being said, I did not start saying the phrase because I am a diehard Henry David Thoreau fan. That is not where episode is going. I'm giving you the origins. I'm giving you research. I'm giving you context. I did it. I actually did not know that piece of knowledge until I asked Alexa about 10 minutes ago. Authenticity at its finest, right there. So what happens is I was going through a session and a student asked me, Tariq, why do you say you're living the dream? Because you're not always living the dream. I said, Aru, Scooby Doo voice. Aru, really? Yeah. And he made me feel like I was lying to them. And I didn't like that. Okay. So we dove in. We dove in. Tariq, why do you always say you're living the dream? Oh, great. Thank you. Thanks for asking. So the thing is about living the dream and what that conversation looked like. And I have to say, when people question my phrase of living the dream, and to be clear, I'm not taking offense, all right? I think it's a great question, but I'm not taking offense. I'm going to say this with some energy. I'm going to say what I'm about to tell y'all with some attitude, with some fierceness, with some Tariq in the mix. All right, with my voice, with my soul. Here we go. When people question the fact that you say that Tariq, what do you mean you're living the dream? You can't be living the dream all the time. I absolutely can because you know why? I'm not taking my moments for granted. I recognize that when I say I'm living the dream, that means that I'm not taking my moments for granted. I have gratitude for the moments that I have. I have gratitude for the things that I have. See, the thing is, okay, when we are talking about living the dream, you have to understand that there are people out there right now that would love to be in the position you're in right now. See, you're struggling, okay? You're struggling right now. You can count the list of the problems that you have in your life. You could think about the issues that you have in your life, the conflict, the fact that you're at the job that you don't want to have, the fact that you have stress in your relationship, the fact that you don't, you and your friends are arguing right now. But I guarantee you, there is someone out there that would love to be in your position right now. So you're going to tell me that I'm not living the dream? You're going to tell me that. That's wild to me. How can I not be living the dream? I don't have to have the things that I have right now. And I'm not trying to preach to y'all right now. I'm just speaking from my heart and from my soul. I recognize that my life is not perfect. I recognize that your life listening is not perfect. I recognize those things. I would be lying to you if I didn't. However, comma, my life is my life, my dream is my dream. Why can't those two things be the same? Living the dream. What are we talking about here? See, it's a lifestyle thing, right? It's a lifestyle. It's not taking those moments for granted. And so having gratitude for the moments, for the things, you didn't have to have the Wi-Fi, you didn't have to have the computer, having gratitude. Secondly, when we're talking about living the dream, see, I'm not necessarily talking about following. my dreams. I'm not necessarily talking about chasing my dreams. I actually mean that I'm living it. Let me explain. When I say living the dream, it's an actual lifestyle. I'm doing the things that I want to do in my life. Does that mean I'm exactly where I want to be in my life in that current moment? Absolutely not, because I believe in growth and getting better every single day. However, what we're doing here is doing what today requires of being my best, of doing what I want to do, because I don't have to be in a position where I could do the things that I want to do. And so if I want to if I want to be an actor, living the dream means taking the steps to become an actor. If I want to be a professor at a university, living the dream means studying and getting the knowledge to be that professor. See, we've talked about this before. Y'all say y'all love the journey. Y'all don't love the journey, yo. Yeah, yeah. You all say that you all love the journey, but you don't. You don't. You're just talking. You're just talking. So putting action, actually, say you're living the dream, is actually doing the things that you want to do, taking the steps that you need to take to get to wherever it is you want to be. That's the dream. That is the dream. Doing the work. That is the dream. Because the dream, the quote unquote dream, what you think is the dream, you think that's the destination. But you don't get to the destination without putting in the work. Therefore, the work is the dream. Living the dream. See, here's the thing about me. Those two concepts that I just explained to you all are very important to me, very important to my brand, very important to my authenticity as an individual. That's what I stand for. Okay. Not only I am Vision of Hope, but we are Vision of Hope. This is a we thing. Empowerment is what we do here. Okay. So when I'm thinking about what all these situations look like, we talk about famous quotes, be the change you want to see in the world. So if I believe in that quote, be the change you wish to see in the world, well, then if that's the case, that's what I have to represent. I'm living the dream. I'm living the dream. Be that example, be that light. All right. I'm not going to tell you all to do something that I'm not doing. But once again, I'm not going to tell you that your life, my life, anybody's life is perfect, because it's not. Now, what I will tell you is this. I'm going to just being honest with you all. Okay. It's been an interesting year for me. It's been an interesting months. Okay. Now, I did a podcast episode about this some months ago now. As you all know, if you're a listener here, thank you for rocking with me. Okay. Thank you for being here listening. But I will be honest with you all. I recently lost my sister. For those of you who don't know, when people ask me how I was doing then, I did not say that I was living the dream. I did not say that. Um, I was hanging in there. I was going through it. I was being my best. At that moment, what my best was that. Um Could I fully explain that energy for you? I don't necessarily know. That might be another podcast for another time, or feel free to check out the episode about how to handle loss of a loved one. But what I can tell you is that in that situation, attempting to be the version of myself that my sister loved, being the best version of myself and what that looked like in that situation. I can't promise that it was perfect, and it for sure didn't feel like a dream, but I guess I'm not gonna, once again, I'm not gonna pretend to understand the difficult situations that we all have to go through. But all we can do is keep moving, keep moving, keep pushing forward. Give yourself grace. There's no doubt about that. Give yourself grace through the difficult times, but be the change you want to see in the world. Be the example. Have gratitude for the moment, because once again, we didn't have to have the things that we have. We didn't have to have the experience that we experience. We didn't have to learn the things that we're learning. So I'll tell you what, through it all, how could I not be living the dream? See, someone said to me, Tariq, you probably need to be more realistic. Hmm. Tariq, you have to be more realistic. I'm going to leave you all with this. Not only I am vision of hope, but we are vision of hope. But I'll tell you right now, who are you and who is anyone out there talking to you to tell you, to tell us, to tell me that my dreams aren't realistic? Let's get it. Vision.